everybody, what's going on? Here's a quick update in regards to the Capcom versus Konami series, which is one of my most classic, um, features, my most classic shows here on the channel. I started it like in 2008, 2009 on Justin TV back in the day, then became Twitch, and on YouTube parallelly. So I made like several playthroughs of for that series, and then I did like a second part or like a second series, a Capcom vs Konami 2.0, 2.0 type of thing in 2017. And well, that was back then when I didn't have any job, so I had plenty of time on my hands, and I literally streamed it every single day back in early 2017. So I made a list on a spreadsheet of around 250 games. That list, I'm gonna share it with you right now for you to see it. It's in the description of the video. And I actually played through over 110 of those games from the list. And like I said, I pretty much did like streams every single day, even twice a day sometimes. And I did all of those games in that year, in 2017. So I don't know if that was that very same year or the next year in 18. I started to upload little by little the clips and the recordings of all of those live streams that I started in 17. And I recently finished uploading pretty much all the highlights and all the recordings that I had from those Twitch streams. Um, Except for one game that I, for some reason, I didn't like keep the recording, or I lost it. Something happened, which is Mega Man 3 on Game Boy. If you see the list right now, you will see that that game is already finished. But I don't have the recording for it, so I will replay it for you guys. That would be like my first comeback playthrough for this series. And yeah, I'm pretty much resuming this whole list of games, starting, like I said, with Mega Man 3, then replay from the beginning Castlevania 2 on Game Boy, which is a game that I did start back in the day, but I basically stopped it like halfway through. I never finished it. That was like the last game I did on that series back in 2017 or early 2018. I don't remember the exact date. But well, I never like continued the series since then. Now I will continue it as a YouTube side project, not as a live stream series, just in case. I was kind of debating internally whether do it in live or not, but no, I'm gonna do it pre-recorded, as like I said, like a side projects. So I will continue doing Real Sadness as my main feature, and then custom gaming also will be like the second main project, and then as a secondary project or as a side project, I will be doing Capcom versus Konami 3.0. We can call it like that. Basically, resuming this whole list that I started back in 2017. So, like I said, I'm gonna do a replay basically of Mega Man 3 on Game Boy. Most likely, I will be playing it from an actual console, probably the Switch or the Super Game Boy on the Super Nintendo. I do have the game in there, so I can play it from there. Basically, to change the experience a little bit, but most likely, I'm not sure if it is on the Nintendo Switch Online service as part of the Game Boy collection. So if it is, I will play it from there. Just for you to know. And then I'm going to continue with the rest of the games that are on the list that you probably are looking at right now. Started with Castlevania 2 on Game Boy, and then we will continue with the same whole list in that specific order. I can do some retrospectives and get back to some of the games from the original series, the previous series, basically for me to have an excuse to replay such games. But and also combine it with other side projects that I'm actually thinking of doing. But this video is basically for you to know that I'm going to continue with this whole list of games of the Capcom vs Konami series. Now I'm going to rename it as Capcom vs Konami 3.0. Hopefully it will be the definitive and final revision of it, basically to complete this whole list of games and play all the games through, or at least play a little bit of them for me to have the experience playing such games. So yeah, that's essentially it. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned because I guess things are going to become more interesting from now on.